Welcome to the Multinational Football League. Drew Lock and the Paris Dreadknots will take on Joe Burrow and the Bulls at home in our Sunday night primetime game. An absolute madhouse here in Paris. These fans have been waiting for something like this for a while. A pretty good matchup that's going to take place here. You got two 2-3 teams who could both be competing for a playoff spot later on in the season. So this one is going to mean a lot for both sides. And I want to make this very clear. Paris Dreadknots are wearing their navy blue unis today. So this is their first debut in them. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I do have my friend in commentary for this one, because this one is going to be huge. So,
yeah.
With Ice with us, let's go ahead and get straight into the game. Remember to like, sub, comment what you think, and let's get it. Here we go. Paris will kick the ball off first to Columbus with a high-powered offense, as this return will make it to the 27. So Joe Burrow and the Bulls. Let's take a look at Burrow's stats really quick. 131 for 192, 1,486 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 INTs. Huge part of why maybe they've lost a few games. I always say that about the quarterbacks, but it is a huge thing in games when you throw a pick or two. As Brown will go for 8 yards, and he seems a little rattled, but he will get back up and play another down. 2nd and 2 at the 35. Burrow, handoff. It'll be a 40-yard or gain to the 40-yard line. Columbus on a move early. 1st and 10. Handoff. And can I be honest with you? It's a piss-poor attempt at a tackle on I think that was, McCreary? Maybe? I don't know. 2nd and 9 at the 42. Burrow fires. Caught. 1st down. So the tight end trying to make a blocking attempt on the edge. Didn't work out well on the run, but he does catch this ball and progress the ball downfield. Jamar Chase in motion. Firing. Picked off! And this one is going to be returned to the 32. Drew Phillips on the first drive of the game for a pick. Unbelievable. Burrow throws his Burrow throws his 6th pick of the season. And even with those high passing yards, I mean, when you look at something like that, partner, it just does not compute.
Dude, 2025's been a crazy year, as y'all probably known by the time this video goes out from our league owner here. GTA 6 has been delayed again. Not surprising. And Drew Lock throws caught the former Bronco in IRL. That's a gain of 7.
Absolutely. Great job by Drew Lock. I mean, he's been able to lead this offense through a lot. So we'll see what he can do from here. As Lock fires. End zone. Tipped in incomplete. Could have been a pick. Instead, Taylor Britt will just deflect the ball. And it'll be 3rd and 3.
Imagine if that was actually caught in the end zone.
That would have been an insane play, partner.
It would have
Byron
been.
Murphy making the tackle in the back. So it'll end up being a 4th and 3. They'll hold them to a field goal attempt. This one from 42 yards. McPherson to kick it. It's up. It's good. And actually, my bad. This one's Gano. Forgot that this was
on the board here.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Bulls there. That's my fault, guys. And this play is going to make it to the 34-yard line. A nice return for the Bulls. As receiving touchdowns, Jamar Chase just trails behind Rashee Rice. For
St. Brown's up there.
Yeah, for the lead. And with a good game here, he could very well take it. Fumble!
Oh my
Recovered
God.
by the Dreadknots. He's going to take it in. Sexy Dexy touchdown. Are you kidding me?
Ain't no way. Did you just call him Sexy Dexty?
That's his name. Absolute.
Give me that ball, son. Give me that ball, son.
An absolute brutal hit stick on Joe Burrow to force the fumble.
2 turnovers in just insane
in the span
drives here.
of just the first 2 drives. This one, partner, is not, and I repeat, not going the way that Columbus wants it to. This defense, however, though, for the Paris Dreadknots, I mean, when you look at this, wow. That's all I'll say. Wow. They're going to have to lean on the returner here to score points this game because, I mean, if the offense keeps up where this is, going, we're going to have a problem.
Yep.
Burrow looking to throw. Steps up. He's going to run. And it's a big gain. First down to the 39. And partner, that
was a good run by Burrow.
That's probably the best play they've had in just maybe 5 plays.
For real.
Chase Brown going to take that one for a gain of 6. And now the Bulls offense is actually moving. 45-yard line here, 2nd and 4. Burrow launches one, incomplete.
Oh, I thought that
got tangled up between his own receiver and a little bit of that DB. No call, though, as it'll be 3rd and 4. Burrow lets one fly. Double coverage caught. Big play out of the tight end. Causes a first down to the 37. Now in enemy territory. That is a great throw by Burrow.
Oh, wow.
In a tight pocket.
Holy
1st and 10.
Crap.
Burrow. Throwing. Caught. First down. Or 8-yard gain, excuse me.
8 yards.
Mike Gesicki, the tight end that I actually kind of... I want to take back what I said about the piss poor tackle or block attempt earlier. But I mean, when you look at tight ends like that, nowadays they are more or less used to throw more than they are used to block. So, I mean, they are an extra lineman at times, but they are not a very good lineman to this point.
Depending on how big they are, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you could have a blocking tight end type, but you could also have a passing tight end, which a lot of teams also utilize. 2 different types of play styles. Either way, though, pretty much 1st and goal here, and Gesicki rumbling his way. It's 2nd and inches to go. At the 1-yard line, or inside of it, actually. as Burrow posted up in the backfield. They're going to throw here. Pass is intercepted. Flashbacks are coming in from Seahawks fans. A pass at the 1? Are you kidding me?
See, that's why you run the ball, even if it looks like it's not going to be getting you much yards, at least it wouldn't have been turned over down at the 1 yard line.
And they only needed like maybe an inch to even just get a first down, partner. I mean, they still had that yard marker.
Every drive for the Bulls so far has ended with a turnover, which has been insane today.
So, in further detail, just to, review here, the first one was an interception. The second one, opening play, fumble. And the third, well, they managed to get all the way down the field only to throw an INT in the end zone. And that is where and that's where we're at now with 3rd and 7. Motion. Going to throw. Lock. Gets this one off, but just cannot get any air behind it. Murphy in the backfield, and this defense really the only thing that's making this at least bearable for Bulls fans. So this one is going to be a nice little punt inside the 25 and a great special teams effort to get down to the 29. So Columbus will try yet again. 3 straight turnovers. 2 of which have come, actually 3 of which who have come from Joe Burrow. And that is going to be a sandwich tackle for the Paris Dreadknots. And man, I'll tell you what, those navy blue unis are looking great right now. 2nd and 17 now, excuse me. Empty backfield for Burrow. Throwing incomplete. The secondary is just having a day picking on Joe Burrow, which I never thought I would say in my life. Unless it was a Browns game. Go Browns. But still. Throwing. Jamar Chase! It's a foot race!
Oh, wow. He might be
First drive that doesn't end in an interception or any kind of turnover is a Bulls touchdown to Jamar Chase. Unbelievable. A 70-yard touchdown from Jamar Chase. And he hits his signature gritty in the end zone. Are you serious? Columbus catches right back up here in this first quarter. And this one has been jam-packed with action already. 3 plays, 71 yards. And that's really all it took. As this one will be returned to the 27-yard line, and Paris and their offense will try to go back out and possibly score here. Paris hasn't even really had to be out on the field that much. As Tracy Jr. breaks a huge one down the sideline. First down at the 43 in their own territory. Wow. The Bulls territory, excuse me. What a huge run by Tracy Jr. Neighbors in motion. Looking to throw. Lock. Fires. Incomplete. No flags. I think Bulls fans are happy that one didn't come back with a flag because that looked pretty physical there at the end. I don't know, partner. It could be controversial.
Yeah. Could be.
3rd and 7. We might see one more play before the first quarter ends, or they'll just bleed the clock, and that's what will happen. Paris closes off the first quarter with the lead and 3 turnovers in their favor. 7-10. Dreadknots. So 3rd and 7 at the 40 for Paris now. Looking to throw is Locke. Goes middle, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7 at the 40 now. Looking for Robinson, who seemed like he was more focused on running with it. And they're going to go for a 57-yarder. Kick is up and good! A huge strike from Gano. DeVito, the placeholder. And it is now a 6-point game. Return here from inside the 5. It'll get to the 28. So about a 25-yard return as the receiving leaders for running backs. James Cook, Derrick Henry, Chase Brown, all in the top 3. So an amazing way to get involved here. Burrow! Double coverage again, and Higgins just gets wrecked. Looking for the flag, and I mean, honestly, that's just good double coverage. Burrow, empty, throwing, caught, and the backup tight end's going to come up with a gain of 5. So it'll be 3rd down. The last 3rd down they had, they gave it to Jamar Chase, and it was a touchdown. I don't see him on the field unless that's his X factor hidden under the 3rd and 5 score bug. Looking to throw. Burrow fires, and this one's bobbled between the defender and the offensive player, incomplete. Banks getting into a fight now with the Bulls tight end. And it'll be 4th and 5. Kick is up and away. It'll bounce at the 6 and go way back, flying out the back of the end zone into the barricade. And Paris. I mean, when you talk about being gifted by your defense, that is definitely being gifted by your defense, aka playing complimentary football, picked up and dropped, pretty much. That was a scary play for both sides. That ball went straight back to a Bulls tight end, or actually a Bulls secondary that could have picked it off. Instead, they let it hit the ground, and now it's 3rd and 7 after a big run, or a little run. Looking to throw. Locke fires, caught, and Robinson stays on his feet. Gets hit by a second guy. He goes straight down. 1st down to the 33. Would you do? Okay. Well, I don't know why it's playing music like that. I didn't want it to do that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Paris to throw. He's got Robinson again. Robinson, another 1st down. Back-to-back 1st downs, the same player. And the Dreadknots are on the move here at the 45. Handoff. 3-yard gain there by Tracy, and we have a significant injury timeout. Neighbors holding his wrist. He's going to go into the locker room. I haven't seen anything of him today, but it's definitely a major loss for the Dreadknots, as that's going to be a huge run by Tracy Jr. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Lock. Looking to throw. Gets it out to Tracy Jr., who battles with the linebacker. Linebacker ultimately wins. If that was an Oklahoma drill, I mean, I'd give it to the linebacker, as he also shoves him back 2 yards. Tracy Jr., again trying to fight forward. Doesn't end up working, but for maybe a yard. 3rd and 11. At the 41. Lock. On the screen. He's got Tracy Jr., who will get a first down. Looked close there for a second, but the official will rule in favor of the first down. The Dreadknots continue this drive. I really don't know why it's playing all this music now, because I thought I changed it. I guess not. 1st and 10 at the 30. Play action. Firing. Immediately caught! Touchdown!
Oh, wow.
Paris!
And there's no defense.
And I'm not even going to try to say anything except for maybe Smith Morset. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not even sure of that. A very complicated name, but a very simple catch and touchdown coming from it. 7-20 off the PAT, as the Dreadknots, with 10 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes, and 22 seconds, make it all the way down the field for a scoring drive. Results in a touchdown, as this will be returned from about the 7. Get it forward for a 19-yard return. And Jamar Chase, only been targeted once, but that's all he needed. A 78-yard touchdown, and he's almost up with Rashee Rice. Looking to throw. Burrow. Not a first down. They're going to roll it 2nd and inches for Gesicki. Oh, man. We've seen this one happen a multitude of times. Motioning to the outside. Burrow drops one off. It's a first down and a little bit more, as we'll get to the midfield. Iosivas. I don't really know how to say his name. I probably just butchered that bad. Iosivas, I don't know. Something along those lines. As it'll be 1st and 10 at midfield. Ball being snapped from the logo. Looking to throw. Pass is caught! What a snag! He's gonna walk in for a touchdown! The Bulls! Andre Iosivas for the touchdown. And that was a 50-yard mossing touchdown. Unbelievable play for the Bulls, as McPherson will come on to attempt the extra point, which is up and good to make it 14-20. Only needed 1:15, but a lot of time left in this 2nd quarter. This game, man, I'm telling you, it's going to come down to the wire here in Paris. As this return from the 5, and it'll make it 23-yard return, as Tyrone Tracy Jr., 6.6 yards per carry. Looking pretty good right now. If I'm a betting man, I want Tyrone Tracy Jr. on my fantasy team. As a look to throw. Pass is caught. 7-yard game as Smith Marset catches that one, and he's got a handful of those today. And Tracy Jr. trying to find his way past the line, and he gets rocked. Obviously, visibly upset about it, and it'll be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw over the middle, dropped and incomplete. Smith Marset, the intended receiver, and a much needed stop from the Bulls defense. So this offense definitely needed that, as Paris will go ahead and kick it off back to the Bulls, and that is a 20-yard spot. So Joe Burrow, 6 incompletions, 2 of them interceptions. I mean, what do you make out of that? A guy that's been reliable, but he hasn't quite held his own in this game. What? Now Cyrus with an 8-yard gain there, and he's going to be taken away. 2nd and 2 at the 28. Burrow going all the way up the sideline. It's a first down to the 37. Burrow has to throw this one out under heavy pressure. And he's just happy that's not an intentional grounding call. He thought it was, for whatever reason. Burrow over the middle and dropped. Jamar Chase tries to one-hand it, and it ends up being his first dropped catch of the game. 3rd and 10. Burrow drops back, and he's going to be sacked. Kayvon Thibodeau. 4th and 18. Number 5, Kayvon Thibodeau, coming up with a huge sack on Burrow. And I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and it has become a way closer game than what it previously was before. Recent touchdown, I did see that, made by, let's say, it was either, I don't know. I forget the last name, but I knew the first name was Charlie something. Either way, huge touchdown there, and a big effort coming from this Bulls team. As far as this defense goes, they've been playing pretty good today with a few mistakes. As this pass is caught, and it'll be 4th and 4 as Murphy lays the wood. Punt coming here from around the 35, or the 31, excuse me, as that is a big hit. Here, pads crunch up from here as Burrow has been way better since his picks. I mean, one of which led to a field goal, and then the fumble that led to a touchdown. We haven't seen anything go backwards for him there, except if it was on the other team's offense, which he can't really control. And he can't actually control. Look at the throw. Burrow escaping, but he can't escape there. The sack. Burns on the sack there, as it'll be 2nd and 16 at the 9. So just inside the 10, passes incomplete. Looking for the same guy, looks like maybe a Jones on the back plate. 3rd and 16 at the 9. Looking to throw. Firing. Caught. But it will be 4th and 4 at the 21, and that will send the punt team out. So I said from the get-go that this one was going to be a pretty close game. Now, it had me doubting a little bit with the back-to-back turnovers to start. But the Bulls have really battled back from that. And this is the smallest deficit they've faced today. First and 10. Dreadknots looking to throw here, and Locke is buried. Unbelievable. Trey Hendrickson gets the sack there. And Columbus has a total of 333 passing yards. That just caught my eye. Look at the throw. Big catch at a first down. First down to the 32-yard line. Smith Marset. And that was pretty much wide open. So better to just get the first down here with way more breathing room for sure. Under center, handoff. And Tracy Jr. is going to be carried backwards, but forward progress grants some 3-yard gain here. So 2nd and 7 at the 36. Locke throwing, caught, and a big gain. 1st and 10 to the 43 in enemy territory. So Paris looking to extend this lead. And honestly, I don't blame him for it. It is the go-to call right now if you look at how this game's gone. Locke pushed out of field goal range with a sack. 2nd and 19 at the 48. And that is how we'll end the third quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, this one has been jam-packed with action all throughout, and it's going to be a battle for another 12 minutes as we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter. 2nd and 19 at the 48 after a big sack by Columbus. Looking to throw. Firing. Caught. And it'll get to the 45-yard line. Now 3rd and 13. Third down conversions. Columbus leads the pack by a bunch. We'll see if Paris can catch up here. Looking to throw. Locke fires one deep. Tipped it incomplete. 4th and 13 at the 45. And Smith-Marset disappointed in the end zone as this one will end up being a punt. And that one is, I don't know if that one was shanked or not, but that seemed more than likely to be the case. 11 incompletions, 20 for 31, as Burrow has gotten back in his rhythm. As he'll hand it off, Chase Brown, 2-yard gain. It'll end up being 2nd and 8 at the 35. Handoff again to Chase Brown. And not much going. 2-yard gain. And now 3rd down for the Bulls. They lead right now. Can they extend it with 3rd down conversions? Motioning Gesicki. Looking to throw. Firing deeper than that, and it's caught! 1st and 10 to the 35. Banks with a huge letdown there. I mean, look at this. Absolutely underwhelming right there if you're the defense. However, Columbus, with that strike, could change the whole trajectory of this game. They'll take their first lead in this game if they can stay in field goal range with a 2-yard TFL from Sexy Dexy. 2nd and 12 at the 37. Burrow. Handoff. Brown is going to get the 2 yards back. And it'll be 3rd and 10. You definitely want the touchdown here, but the 3 points doesn't sound too bad neither. Burrow. Looking, firing, caught! T. Higgins! Can he fight through? Takes 3 defenders on, and he's just down an inch before the goal line. 1st and goal at the inch-yard line here. And what a play. Higgins stiff arms one man, and Newbin as well. So inches away. Hopefully they don't make the same mistake they made earlier with the passing attempt. They're passing here. Firing. Incomplete. Kayvon Thibodeau knocking her down. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 1. Burrow goes under center. They'll hand it off, and he gets lit up in the backfield. That's Moss and Sexy Dexy taking him down once again. So with that TFL, his X Factor's enabled, and here on 3rd and goal, we'll see what happens. And a nice block from that lineman, and that's going to be a touchdown! Moss! Bulls lead a 31 touchdown for Moss. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm saying this, but after 3 straight turnovers The Bulls will lead by 4 pending the extra point. Kick is up and good to make it 28-23. Scoring summary of 9 plays, 67 yards, and a touchdown coming of it. Unbelievable. Going from the 4-yard line, they'll take it for a gain of about 19. I believe, yeah, 19. 1st and 10 at the 25. Lock under center. They'll fake the jet, and Tracy Jr. is swallowed up in the backfield. 2nd and 12 at the 22. Motion over to Robinson. Looking to throw. Lock. Fires. Caught. 3rd and 5. So Paris has been really slow, and that's what's allowed the Bulls to catch back up here. Now, if they really want to take a shot, your best bet is one of these top receivers. Play action. Lock is sacked. Columbus making an effort on defense, and it is resounding right now. Unbelievable. Paris had 6 sacks, most of which came from Dexter Lawrence, aka Sexy Dexy. As it'll be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Burrow with a spread bunch. Looking to throw. Firing. Caught! What a ball to T. Higgins. He trusts that man more than anything, and Higgins trusts Burrow more than anything. So 2nd and inches here for Burrow. He's going to drop this one off to T. Higgins again. It ends up being a pretty big gain. Burrow with 402 yards. I believe that is the first ever 400-yard passing game from any QB in the Multinational Football League. Welcome into the record books, Joe Burrow. Unbelievable. 1st and 10 at the 46. Burrow nearly throws a pick after his record-setting pass nearly makes it all go right back down the wire here. Firing, caught, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain there. 3rd and 1 at the 45. They've been able to manage these pretty well, especially on that last drive. Handoff, Brown, and he is just inches away. Do they take the shot here on 4th and inches at the 44-yard line inside enemy territory? How much faith do they have in their offense, and how much are they willing to risk? They will not risk anything here with a punt. And this one will go and be a touchback, surprisingly enough. 1st and 10 at the 20. Paris now in the driver's seat, looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, hit off the back of Hilton. So now with 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go, Paris is going to have to fight back against this big defense, and that is not the way to go. A sack. And the Bulls will force them into the 2-minute warning. Chris Jenkins Jr. with his first sack of his career as a multinational football league player. We'll have to give that man a shirt, as it'll be 28-23 Bulls with the comeback. But Paris could make it heartbreaking on 3rd and 18 from the 12. Locke looking to throw, and he'll check it down. Yeah, I don't think this one's going anywhere. 4th and 14 from the 16. Do they trust their defense? They don't, and I don't blame them. 4th and 14 at the 16-yard line. Still 3 timeouts, by the way. Looking to throw. Locke fires, tipped up, and dropped. That's ball game. Unless the Bulls do something stupid, this game is over. Burrow and the Bulls managed to win out in this game. Unbelievable way to play. Burrow's going to throw what I would hope to be his last pass of the game if I'm the Dreadknots and if I'm Columbus at this point, because, I mean, the guy's already got 400 passing yards, enough interceptions for the day. I mean, you get out of here with a win. That's just bottom line. Timeout taken here by Paris. It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 9. Holding them to a field goal isn't exactly bad neither. Burrow throws this one out of bounds, incomplete. And now a decision to make on 4th and 2 at the 9-yard line. Are they going to be aggressive and go to win the game, or are they going to kick the field goal? They're going to want to win the game. All right, here we go. 1:06 remaining. 4th and 2. Throwing. Caught. Gesicki. Game. They will complete the comeback, maybe with some extra points as well. No, they're not going to be greedy. A class act from the Bulls, as they'll kneel the ball at the 3. And this game is sealed. A record-breaking game from the Bulls, specifically the quarterback in Joe Burrow, who made it all possible today. And Zach Taylor's certainly happy about that one. He's not fired. And he's trusting his quarterback might get him out of plenty situations here in the near future. But Burrow will live to see another day as the Bulls come away with a win in a nail-biter. An unbelievable game. Sexy Dexy gets his first touchdown as a defensive player. I believe that's the first time any lineman has picked up the ball and scored off of it. Not including your right end or anything like that. But ladies and gentlemen, Burrow, 4 touchdowns, 425 yards, and a 66.7 completion percentage. Drew Lock nearing 200 yards, a touchdown, and 60.6. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no time for highlights. We're going to have to end this video right here. So long from Paris. The comeback from the Bulls was enough. Bye-bye, guys.